Hey Board Game Maniacs, Maniac Rob here with none other than Maniac Shane and Maniac Lance. We're here to play a tutorial mission for Team Yankee. That's right. What we're doing is we're playing the last tutorial mission in the book for Hammerfall. It is Tank Ace, and pretty much it's very simple. All you do is you have the tanks, and whoever destroys the other person's tank ace first wins the game. Pretty simple. Let's go to the board. Let's look at the setup and look at what everybody's tank is, and we'll just start battling it out. I'm going to be doing the camera work. These guys are going head to head, and you're probably going to hear a lot of banter and a lot of arguing going on because...
Oh, we're going to talk smack for sure.
Yeah, smack is right. Let's go look. Here you see we have the board setup here. It's a very common board setup. Well, I say common, I mean it's very open for a lot of shooty. And you can see, you know, the way you play this game is each team will deploy from the center 16 inches out. They can't get any closer than that from the center line. I did measure the center line is actually the dots on the road. And on top of that, when they deploy, first off, before you do a roll-off. Actually, no, the Soviets will get to deploy first, which is Lance, and it's Lance deploys the tank, Shane deploys the tank.
So we're not going to roll to see who goes
and it goes,
first?
No, you do roll to see who goes first after you deploy.
He does.
After you deploy. First, the Soviets deploy. Yes, and that's all. So after the deployment is done, then they're going to do a roll-off. The highest gets to go first. And again, the objective is to kill the other person, or destroy the other person's tank ace. And you can see here, Lance he's playing T-64 Soviets. There's 3 of them. And the man on the top is his tank ace.
You get these at the dollar.
And for Shane, he's using the M1 Abrams U.S. Forces. And again, his tank ace is the one with the guy sticking out the top of it too as well. So, Lance, you get to deploy, and then Shane gets to deploy, and back and forth, and then I'll record the roll-off, so just hold on until we do that. Deployment is done on both sides, so let's look at the Soviet deployment first. So, Lance's tank ace is here, then he has another T-64, and the other T-64 right here. Shane's deployment, he kind of moved one of his tanks on the far edge, and his tank ace is deployed right here behind the barricade or the concrete wall. And that is it for deployment. So now we have to roll off to see who goes first. The highest goes. And it's a 5.
Oh, that's not 5.
You gotta roll it.
That
You gotta
wasn't
roll
even
it again. It
5.
was cocked. 3.
Yeah, so I win.
So Shane goes first. So it is U.S. turn 1. So where are you going there, Shane, with your M1 Abram?
I gotta move into 14. I'm just gonna move right up to this cover.
All right. And that is your first one. Now you get to move your second tank if you want. You don't have to. And this is your tank ace.
I'm just gonna let him chill right there.
You're gonna keep him right there?
It's gonna take him a couple turns to get somewhere where he's gonna be able to shoot at me, really. So.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. So now we're on to the shooting phase for the U.S. So Shane, you're on to your shooting phase. So who are you declaring a target?
Lance. I'm shooting at Lance right in the nipple. Now I'm gonna shoot at his tank he's got over here.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Keep turning.
And you have a range of 40 inches.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking I might be able to shoot that one too. I'll shoot that one though.
You're going to shoot that guy there?
Yeah.
And this is not the tank ace. So you do have your laser rangefinder, so you don't get the penalty of over 16 inches.
Correct.
So, Lance, what do you hit on for your T-64?
On the side.
9 on the side.
No. What do you hit on?
What do I hit?
3 plus.
3 plus, yeah.
All right. So Shane, you roll 2 dice,
Yes.
and you got a 3 plus on either one of them.
What a hit.
So you got 1 hit.
Got a hit.
So now, Lance, you take your 1 die, and you have to do a saving roll. So remember,
Impossible.
He
cannot get over 20.
Well, this is the thing. So,
What's
oh, you're doing
impossible,
on the
though?
side, aren't
Yeah.
you? Okay, yeah, so
It's
you don't even have to
impossible.
roll it. It's impossible.
It's a hit.
Yeah, so now you have to roll your die to see if
My
you
firepower.
get
See
your
if I can blow him
firepower.
off. I just
That's
need a
right.
2+. And I got a 4.
You get a 4.
Your tank is
So do you know what that means?
Yeah. Take that
One
lid
tank
off
is
that.
down. El Destroydo.
Yeah.
So with Shane's other tank here, he didn't choose to move, and as you can see, if I get down here, there's no other tanks in range that it can do, because Shane actually destroyed the first one anyhow. So that ends the turn for the US, and we're on to the
I
Soviets.
just realized.
On Lance's turn, he was here, and he moved up his speed of 14 tactical, so he's able to shoot. And if you look, he just has line of sight on Shane, barely, but he managed to pull it off.
There, you can get it.
Yeah, so you still have your tank ace to move, so where are you going to move him there, Lance?
In the corner like a Brady cat.
Are you going to do a dash, or are you going to do tactical?
Tactical.
All right, so 14-inch tactical, I think is your T64. Yeah, 14 inches. All right.
There we go. And you are not in range, my friend.
32 inch.
32 right there, bud.
Yeah, that doesn't. It's not enough. It's close, but it's not enough.
Now, like I said, I warned everybody before watching this that there's going to be a lot of argument and banter between the two of them. That's why I want the two of them to play this tabletop game.
All right,
Now,
you're gonna move them over a quarter inch just so you can get the range.
is there any reason why I picked these two? What do you think, Shane? How many tabletop games have you ever played?
It's my second one.
That's right. What was your first one?
Blood
Red Skies.
Blood Red Sky. Yeah,
Right.
That was it. Yeah.
And Lance, what about you? How many tabletop games have you played?
Same thing, just the one.
That's right. And you're arguing every step of the way. This is going to make a really great video. Now, like, Shane is really picking apart to make sure.
You're at
I measured.
You're at 33.
He's actually right at your side at 32.
Shut up. He's trying to shoot him though. He's at 33.
Oh, he's your tank ace. That's right. Ooh.
No,
All right.
you gotta shut
32.
that.
So now it's on to the
Nice
shooting
shot.
phase for the Soviets. You're going to shoot him first. He gets one shot. He's stabilizers. He moved. He's still able to move and shoot. So you got a 4, and the hit on
I need a
that
5
You need a-
plus.
is a
you need
5 plus.
You need a
So,
five.
So that's
you-
a miss.
You totally missed him.
You suck.
Next, he's going to actually try to shoot again at the tank ace all the way over there. So again, you need a 5.
And you got a
Come
one.
on.
So that means you did not hit him. So both shots have failed.
Your dice are rigged.
Yeah. Now we're on to the next turn, and it is the U.S. turn. Actually, do you know what? Since this is still your first time, we did play this off camera once, but we're going to make this a little interesting. So for every time we do a turn, you're going to roll off to see who goes. You mentioned this off camera the last time, and I like that idea. Now, again, this is
I thought you
probably
were
a
gonna
house
do
rule.
shot or something, so that would have made it way more.
So this is a house rule, so let's roll off to see who goes first, second. This may actually not be a house rule. 2, okay? So it is Shane anyhow. So you know what you're doing, Shane? You're on a mission. Look, you're just on a tear. So if you're good, you have to roll for a cross check of this.
Because you can just move sideways and stuff.
You can do that if you want.
Why would I roll to go over that if I don't have to?
But it's going to eat up some of your movement, right? But if you do a cross check,
I
and-
just watched him move and then move sideways.
Yeah, but I didn't move.
Whatever.
So Shane decided not to do a cross check. He just maneuvered around. He ended up here, but it's still putting him in line of sight so he can actually hit into the side armor of Lance, but Shane still has one more movement with his tank ace over there.
I'm trying to plan this out because I want to put him somewhere safe, but I don't want to just run away.
And you have to be careful because he has a tank over here
Yes, I definitely need to move him.
and there.
For sure. But if I don't have enough movement to get up behind this building, but I could probably sneak up behind this building, and that would at least give him only a front shot at it.
Right, and your front armor is a heck of a lot better.
It most definitely is. So, I come up in here.
Oh, so you're going to do the little maneuver thing?
Well, yeah, I had more than enough. 14 to get there.
Yeah, you're able to do that. All right. So that is the end of the movement for the U.S. Now it's on to the shooting for the U.S. Shane's going to shoot the M1 Abram at this T64 and its side armor. So 2 shots. And you get a 1 and a 6. So one
it's the
hits.
6 hits, yeah.
So now, Lance, you're going to make your saving roll. Now it's your side armor.
1.
That's a one.
No.
That's not enough.
Yeah, no.
That's not-
From okay,
So
so
I gotta get a 2+.
a 2+, and if you get
Get a
higher
one.
than 2+,
Get a 1.
4.
4.
You got blown up.
He is also destroyed. Kablamo.
That's cheating.
Shane is right here, and he does have a bead, but because he has some cover, so it goes up. So what are you hitting on, Lance, for your
And if you
T64?
were watching on camera, he moved already and he was facing straight.
Yeah, whatever. It's my second time.
Well, if that was the case, you moving this guy the way it was would have been illegal.
What do you mean? I went like this and pivoted.
Oh, yeah, 2 times. 3 times.
You
4
pivoted
times.
over here, took your hand off like it's chest. You take your hand off, that's where it goes.
I hope everybody's enjoying this banter and argument between the two of these, because like I said, that's why I got the two of them to play this game, because I knew there was going to be a lot of friendly arguments, and
All right.
it's part of it.
I'm gonna shoot this 105mm gun at your face.
So, before you roll, what do you hit on, Lance?
3+.
So
3+.
now I need a 4.
You need a 4+.
And I got
And
nothing.
you missed
I got
both.
Nothing.
Alrighty. So that ends the U.S. shooting. Now it's on to the Soviets' turn for moving. On Lance's turn for the Soviet, he is shooting, and he's shooting way over there. So Shane gets concealment, so a +1. So originally an M1 Abram gets hit on a 4+, but because he's got concealment, it's going to be a 5+. Now, they have laser rangefinder too as well, so the distance isn't really going to work for that. So 5+ on one shot. You got a 3.
You missed.
You missed.
You missed, my friend.
All right, so that ends this turn, and we're back on. So take the dice and see who goes first here.
3.
Shane 3, Lance 5. So Lance, you go first. What are you doing on your turn there, Lance? Are you moving, or are you going to stay?
I just stayed.
And then you're just going to shoot again? All right, so 5+ again. 6.
Oh, that's a 6. That's a
You,
hit.
so now, this is in your front armor. So what is your front armor value, Shane?
18.
18. So you got to
18
roll.
plus 6.
So
That's more than your 22.
yeah, didn't
my
even
friend.
touch. So it is on now to the U.S. This is a very fast back and forth because we're only playing with a small amount of tanks. On Shane's movement phase, the first tank he moved, he was over here, and he moved his distance. Now, if we check for just line of sight, he definitely is able to go
You
in
can see
the
he's gonna have
side
the top of this
armor.
cannon right here.
Now, the way that this here works is because Shane is touching, butted up against the destroyed tank, so it actually just counted as terrain. So you can shoot over it because you're touching it without penalty.
Right.
But if
If I
Lynch
go-
shoots
if-
at you, just this is an example. If Lynch shot at you, you would get the +1 because it is
Correct.
it is
I'm
cover.
behind cover. Yes.
That's right. So
But-
are you moving?
Oh, I can get you.
Are you moving your other tank?
No, you're not going to be able to get
Yes,
you
no,
gotta lift too high.
I'm definitely moving him up out of the way.
All right.
So I have 14,
You're not going to be able to hit. You'll have
which
to
is
lift
more than
too high.
enough to, hide my Abrams behind this building.
You
Yeah,
have to lift
you
too
could
high and
definitely
it's
move
gonna
there.
go right over me.
Oh, even making the tank noises. All right. So that ends the U.S. Abrams movement. Now it's shooting. M1 Abrams shooting, and he is shooting in the side armor, but he does get some cover because this building is pretty much blocking at least half of him.
That's a wall.
We just double checked the line of sight on this, and it is less than half. I'm just trying to get in focus
Less
so
than a
everybody can
quarter.
see. So because you don't get any concealment there, and so you're going to hit on a 3+. All right, Shane, 2 shots.
Both
2 of them hit. So now,
He just
Lance,
took himself
you
out.
have to do your cover save, and you roll 1 at a time. Never mind, there's no way that he could save because it is a side armor that he hit because the side armor is low. So now you have to roll your 2 dice because 2 of them hit. You have to get a 2+ on either one of them.
I'll just roll 2 at the same time. if
Yep,
that's
you
all
can
right with
certainly
you.
do that.
All right, there's a 6 and a 4. You got doubly blown
So
up.
guess what?
I'd like to see a real tank shoot through another tank
This-
and hit another tank.
This tank ace is destroyed, and that means that it is a victory.
And Lance is just running around on fire, probably.
It's a victory for the U.S. The M1 Abrams have triumphed over the Soviets. Now, question for the both of you. I just want to get back here so I can see both of you. Do you want to go for best 2 out of 3, or do you want to call it quits, Lance?
I'll do another one.
Oh, so it's 2 out of 3.
Not with another.
All right, so let's go for.
I still think you would have failed that shot.
I still don't
Now,
think
what I'm going to do too as well, just to change it up a bit, is,
You want to
Lance,
switch sides?
you're gonna switch sides just to change it up a bit.
Well, it's not a very good 2 out of 3, but whatever.
Yeah. Just a quick note too as well is the movement orders, because we are still all new to this. We're kind of playing the basics of basics. If they want to try to do a move order during this round, they certainly can. I'm flipping this over, I'm losing it. So like a blitz move, follow me, shoot and scoot, cross here, and dig in. So they could choose one of these if they want, and then we'll explain it as we go along if we do. So we're on to best 2 out of 3. So now, Shane, if you win this one, you win the championship. But if you win, it's tied and you got to do one more. All the deployment is done as well as the roll-off for round 2. Now, Shane goes first. You can see first off he deployed one here. And he got his tank ace here. It's kind of like the reverse of what he did. And on this side, we have Lance's tank ace right here behind the barrier. We got his other T-64 here. And we have his other T-64 right here. Now, it's Shane's first turn, so what are you doing there, Shane?
I'm going to just move this guy right up in here.
Yeah, you're 14 inches. And what about for your tank ace? You're going to keep him or are you going to move him?
Where's 14 going to get? Can't quite get high enough. We'll just zip up and dig to the side, which he's going to do anyway. Yeah, this was kind of stupid starting here, I think.
What was that?
This was kind of stupid starting here, I think.
Okay.
What's the penalty for driving over something?
You have to do a cross check.
And if I fail, I get stuck.
You're bogged down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just go around it then. I'll just lose the 2 inches probably and end up here. I'm just going to come up the road.
Oh, you're really chancing with your...
Well, if I can get a hit on him, which I can, because I can shoot 40, so I don't even want to go that far.
So even if you bail him out, yeah, like, it's good because if you know the range of his, he's not going to be able to hit you, but you'll be able to hit him.
I think I might have been able to shoot him from here.
No, that's over 40 inches. That was, we already
No,
checked
that's
that.
exactly 40. Front to front is 40.
Yeah, you're not even touching me, so you're not missing.
Yeah. He's trying to shift it up. No, he can't do that.
Damn close.
So you're just going to go out in the open?
Yeah, I'm just going to literally
Go right there?
40, yeah.
All right.
That'll force him to actually come out of cover as
That's
well.
right. So now we're on to the shooting phase. One thing I want to mention, I totally forgot about this, is during this scenario, the tank aces may reroll one of their dice that missed each time they shoot, and may reroll one of their armor save rolls each turn. So they can reroll one of their die for a missed shot, and they can reroll one of their armor save too as well. So just keep that in mind. The first round we didn't do that because my bad, because I totally forgot. But I did catch it before we did anything else in the second round. So now since we know that, we have to go on. So you are declaring shooting.
Yes, my plain Jane tank here is going to shoot at his ace tank.
Which you're going to hit him in the side.
Yeah, right in the passenger treads.
Okay, so 2 dice.
2. They're both 2s. They both miss.
Yeah, you both miss, but you get to re-roll one of your shots.
He's not an ace.
Oh, that's right. He's just a regular. So, yeah, it's shot. So
Well,
your second one now.
I'm going to shoot with my ace down to there, so now I need a 4.
All right,
And my
hang
tank
on.
is totally covered.
No, I need 4. I need a 4.
Yeah, you need a 4 plus.
And I got a 2 4s.
2 4s, so 2
whatever,
shots.
They both hit.
So now you have to do 2 rolling saves. All right, Lance, so you have to do your armor save for the first hit. And it's a 4, and your front armor is what?
His front armor, I believe, is 19.
17.
Or 17.
So
if you had
17
21,
plus 4, and
that's
what is your
1.
firepower?
I only do 20 for my attack anti-tank.
Your anti-tank? Okay, so that one, so now you got to roll again.
So you need to get a 3. So I can hit you.
He gets a 3.
I hit you.
Oh, you can re-roll this for your save now because it's your tank ace.
Tank ace.
5. Okay, so nothing hits. Lucky. All right, so that is the 2 shots, and we're on to the Soviet movement phase. On the Soviets movement, you can see Lance has moved up to here, and he took his tank ace, and he got him here, and he moved his other tank here. So his other tank got line of sight here.
Oh, I didn't even move that one.
That's too bad. You said you were done your movement.
Did you
were
move
done.
that one?
I forgot I had 3.
Well, you better move
Rob
that.
asked you twice. I asked you 3 times.
Yes.
Each time you said you were done.
This is not a tournament setting. Leave him alone.
Yeah, shut up.
You were done each time.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, just move it all willy-nilly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to put him back
That's
there and
14.
actually measure it out with the
You
measuring
can't move
tape?
14, so thanks anyway.
Why can't I move 14?
Because I just said you can't.
Yeah, I can.
So it was there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's got more than enough to get up there.
Way more than that. I wouldn't have moved it like that if I knew.
But the thing is you need to measure because people can say, oh, you can't do that because and you have to be accurate.
Well, I know how far I am right now, so like, yeah.
So that's it for the movement. Now we're on to the shooting.
Yeah.
Baseball.
The ace is going to shoot into Shane's ace right there. So it is, you got the laser rangefinder, so you don't have to worry about that. To hit, it's a 4. So you have to roll a
You're
4.
within your 32.
It's 32, man.
Yeah, so you have to roll a 4. So 1 die, rolling a 4 plus.
Oh yeah, because he's wide open.
That's right.
Oh, you got a Oh, poop nuggets.
No. All right, so
You're
he
gonna roll with
shot.
this guy?
You're going to do him, or
That
you're going
guy's
to
gonna
do...
shoot that guy.
All right.
All right, you gotta roll 5.
And he got a 3. He
What's
missed.
with these freaking rolls?
Yeah,
All right,
this guy gets
so
to
the
shoot.
last guy here.
You're trying to get me right up in here. You need a 4. It's gonna be a 2.
Come on.
Oh, it's a 3.
A 3.
So does my turn.
3 shots, 3 misses. What do you have to say for yourself? These
Can't
dice are
swear,
loaded.
It's PG.
That's right. We're on to the M1 Abrams turn. So, Shane, where are you moving?
I'm just gonna come around here.
Alright, you gotta measure, man.
Yeah, whatever. Here it is.
Oh, look, you can't even shoot over the freaking wall.
Yeah, I measured. I got lots of space.
All right, so you move that with your M1 Abram right here.
Yeah.
And you're lining up to shoot.
The wall in front of him.
Right in the rear end of his tank.
Okay.
I can see more than half of them from there.
So now,
I eyeballed it.
are you
Man,
moving
it's a wall, man.
your tank ace?
Yeah, I think I might. Because I'm way out in the open here with 2 guys. And I don't like getting hit with 2 guys.
Check your elevation. Shoot the wall.
Now be careful where you're pointing that turret at, because right now you're aiming it into the wall.
Oh, I know. I'm right missing the wall now, but then I can't.
Yeah, you're just
See,
shooting at this
between
building.
this
right?
building and his other building, he would be 3/4 cover.
You're not even.
Yeah, let's check the line of sight there. Taking a look at the line of sight here, I'm going to zoom in just a wee little bit here. So we have Shane's M1 Abram, getting it in focus. There we go. And he is trying to shoot over there. See if it'll focus in. There we go.
I don't think I'm getting a shot.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely concealed enough that you're not even going to be able to shoot him there. So Shane, since you can't move your tank there, now again, we're not doing any tournaments, kind of friendly play if you want to call it friendly between you and Lance, because the two of you are fighting back and forth. So what are you going to do?
I'm just gonna get the hell out of this road here where I'm getting pelted by 2 directions, and I'm gonna go hide behind this building.
So you're going to do a
I'm
cross-country
gonna do
dash?
a cross-country dash, which gives me a movement of 28. So
All right.
that's gonna easily get me right up in here.
Yeah. Now, every time anybody does a dash, they cannot move and shoot.
Yeah, I don't plan on shooting.
Yeah, but you are getting your tank hidden so that Lance can take a shot at your ace, because that was your ace you moved, right?
That was my ace, yes.
All right, so now we're on to the shooting now.
I'm going to shoot with my plain Jane into the back of his ace.
All right, check your range, or did you already check it?
It's good.
He's shooting the wall. He's not shooting me.
There's a bump on the map,
No.
or the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that first time.
Oh, now he just.
40 inches.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Correctly.
I'm good. I can shoot a measuring tape on
You shoot
All right.
the wall is what you're shooting.
So
that.
you do have your laser rangefinder, so you don't
Because
take
you're on
the
the
penalty
hill,
for the
Shoot
distance,
the road.
but it's a 3+ that you have to roll on to hit him.
All right.
So
here's
2
my
dice.
2 shots.
Right at the
Oop,
freaking
that's
You
a
road.
get
hit.
one.
Right at the road.
So that's 1 hit, and it's
The
on your
elevation
side.
on that.
You gonna roll? Oh wait, there's no point.
That's right, it's on your side. There's
Yeah.
no way even.
What's
So-
the elevation? He's not shooting me.
So I get to roll to see if I blow you up.
That's right.
I only need a 2,
Oh, see.
and I got a 5.
You got a 5.
So
Uh-oh.
you die. Range for him to hop out.
He is hit. So he is destroyed.
You can't hide in that tank.
You can't. But
You could swap
you
into this
can
one, apparently.
you can roll, and if you get 3+, you can kind of jump out into this tank.
Oh yeah, he's within 6 inches.
Yeah.
Hey, you got
So you got a 3+. So now what happens is that he was taking the heat. He's like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going in this tank, and you can take it for the team. So that's what happened. So his tank ace is still in, and this tank is destroyed. We're back onto the Soviets for the movement. So Lance, do you know what you're doing or where you're moving with your Soviet T-64s? You have one here, and one is around the blue building over there. So think about where you want to move them, because movement and positioning is crucial in this game. And then I'll be back after you move. On the Soviet move,
Your tongue and everything?
he moved here, and his other tank moved here. So they moved. Now, I don't know if you can actually shoot anybody there.
No, you can't shoot anything.
So you can even, you forfeited your shots.
You could have did more.
You could have did a dash, yeah.
Yeah, you could have done more move. Read your card.
No shooting from where Lance moved. He didn't do any dashes. He just says tactical, but he was aware of that and he chose just to do a tactical. I don't know what he has planned, but we'll find out. So Shane,
Is there
movement.
such thing as an attack of opportunity? We leave wide out in the open coming across there?
No.
Like an Overwatch thing?
Well, like you think he's out in the open. Let's take a shot at him. There's not, I'm sure there's not.
No, I think there's some kind of rule
This is
into it
real
that
life.
you can put yourself down to. It's not called Overwatch. It's something else, or maybe it might be just with the infantry though. I have to double check, but we'll double check later. We're still learning the game.
No, I would definitely say like it would forfeit my next turn with that person, but you know. Anyway.
This is your first time playing Team Yankee. This is probably my 5th time.
We were playing like World of Tanks, you would have been able to shoot me.
So an Overwatch thing or so forth. Okay, so your movement now.
That's lots, man. Whoa. I'm gonna just come shoot you in the face.
How was that 14 deal, like right around there?
Because I did 4.
And this last movement, Shane chose to cross-country dash to bring him over here. So we're onto the shooting phase now for the U.S.
This is a do or die situation. I'm either gonna kill him or he's gonna have a turn and both his guys are gonna attack me.
Because you're shooting in the side armor, now it's definitely going to be either really bad or destroyed.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll this.
4 and a 1. Yep.
That's,
5.
That's 2 hits.
That's 2 hits. That's right.
That's 2 hits.
So now you have to roll for your. Actually, no, you don't even roll because he's hitting your side. There's no way you're going to be able to do it.
That. So I just get to roll 2 dice, and if they're
2
over
plus.
2, you die.
Guess what?
You die.
Kaboom! Kaboom! And kabloom! So that's it, Board Game Maniacs. We have finished 2 rounds of Tank Ace for Team Yankee. It is the last tutorial mission in the Hammerfall book. Now, we probably played it a little wrong. We did do a little bit of house ruling, and the thing is I know that we weren't going to be accurate, but all I wanted to do for this point of playing this was not to show you how to play the game correctly, but to show you how much argument and going back and forth banter that can happen in a game if you play against somebody that you're friends with. Because this whole thing has been more about back and forth. You've seen what was on camera, but off camera, it wasn't PG by no means.
Yeah, but it was all in good fun.
Yeah, it's all in the. That's right. It's just banter.
Yeah, we played a game before we started filming. He totally beat me.
Yes, he did. He destroyed you.
Yeah,
but
I learned from that.
And also, too, as well, Lance called it. He said, just like when we played Blood Red Skies, you win off camera, on camera, you got destroyed.
You're just not good on camera.
Well, you see, this is what it is. The whole point of this game, like I said, is just, it was a super fun match between friends. Now, you can certainly play by all the rules and still have fun. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But for slowly introducing 2 people who are not into tabletop games at all, this is probably a good happy medium, I have to say. So just judging it from the play that you did and not through the rules, I just want a little insight. So what are your thoughts about Team Yankee then, Shane? You know, again, this is not true 100% playing by the book.
Oh, no, I get that. If we were really playing, we'd have some tanks, we'd have some infantry, we might have choppers.
But even doing the tutorial, like, if we followed it per diem into the book, there's a couple of things that you wouldn't be doing. But the thing is, this isn't a tournament setting. This is just the whole reason for this video was not to play the game 100% properly. If we did, kudos.
No, it's like an introduction to.
That's right.
And no, I get that.
So
and I think my review is going to be very similar to that Blood Red Skies. I like the idea of tabletop gaming. Not a big World War II fan.
But
so that definitely would hurt my rating of the game. The game itself.
Enjoyability scale wise.
I liked it. I had a good time playing it. I would much rather that they weren't tanks.
Yeah, you're not that kind of guy, but again, I want to introduce you because the Board Game Maniacs, we do play more than board games.
Yeah, but this still would fall under the board game.
Good question though is, would you play it again?
Probably.
All right, that's I can do with that answer.
If I were to play it again, I would replace tanks with maybe a fantasy or a sci-fi version of something. Still follow the same card and play the same way, but
just have different miniatures, the proxy in.
Exactly.
Okay, I get you.
Tanks,
yeah, it's just everybody has their own preferences.
I'm not a fan of war games.
Yeah, but for enjoyability scale, it definitely was fun.
No, I had a good time.
Excellent. So, Lance, same question to you. Enjoyability scale.
Garbage. No, I'm just kidding. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, you had some fun. I know you kind of bit the dust twice.
Yeah, it happens.
Would you play it again?
I'd play it again.
All right. Do you want to go for best 3 to 5? No, I'm joking. That's it for this game. So I hope you enjoyed this Board Game Maniacs. Remember, it's good. You should follow the rules, but for again a couple of guys that don't play this game, don't play tabletop games, we are going to house rule a couple of things, obviously. But in the long run, it does give you kind of a basic foundation of how the rules go. So the next game, if we do play a next game at some point, and we're gonna stick to the rules exactly like they are wrote in the book.
Well, for future, if you're gonna get us to play something and not play by the rules, don't let us play. Let us play by the rules right up from the front. That way, when we do switch to playing by the rules, we're not confused.
Yes.
I would rather learn the proper way to play it, even if it is a little bit more complicated.
This game is far from complicated. We were very close with the rules. Like, there was a couple of things that,
we were probably a little bit lax on the movement of the tanks.
Yes.
I noticed we're just kind of eyeballing the tape measure, and I really don't think you're doing donuts with your tank as you're driving all over the place, which I'm sure we would have been in order to make some of the movements that we made. But
in a real tank, you can.
Yeah, no, I get that too, but.
If we introduced helicopters into this game, that would have just totally brought a different spectrum. And then infantry on top of that. And then you can get even tanks that are just like artillery. So they have like the rocket launchers on it that they shoot, and they got a really like a 38-inch range, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm so new to this game too as well. But if we really sat down and went over the rules, rule for rule, before we played, we would have been able to play it exact. But again, it was more of a relaxed atmosphere.
All about having fun too.
That's right.
Like, if we set down a custom set of rules, then that's the way it is all the time. Don't get me playing something with custom rules and then give me the real rules.
Right.
Try to make me,
Again, the whole point is just introducing the two of you to a tabletop game. Because again, you aren't really familiar with playing tabletop.
But it's all still very straightforward.
It is. Like, to learn this game, rule for rule, it's not difficult at all. Like, I've only played a small handful of games on this. Like, I can count them on my one hand. Luckily, because I can't count past that. But in any case, like, I cut on pretty quick. So if we played another game with the rules like it was, what we did here and then the exact rules, it's very, very similar. Like, we bent a little bit, but for the most part, we did it right.
Drop a handful of tanks and a handful of cards with their stats, and just from that alone, I can figure out how to play the game enough to make it enjoyable.
Yes.
It may not be the way it is in the book, but it'd be enough to make it enjoyable.
Yes, exactly. Like, when they created Team Yankee, they had a lot of things to go against, like World War III, and keeping it accurate. Not that World War III happened, but still, like, accurate with the tanks and how they move with the planes and the helicopters. They did an awesome job, and I really, 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 really appreciate playing this game because it's just a lot of fun.
No,
Sorry, my camera kind of took a little glitch there for a second, but what I was saying, like, Battlefront that created Team Yankee, they put a lot of thought into this. This game has been around for a little bit. It wasn't like around for years and years and years, but they definitely streamlined the rules. You know, there's another game, I didn't tell you about this, but there's another game that came out with before Team Yankee, and it's based in World War II. It's called Flames of War. It's the same scale, 15mm scale.
More war, though.
It is more war, yes. I know you're not a war game kind of guy. I like it. I like playing the war.
Not a war game, not a war movie. I'm not a fan of war. Not that I don't like blowing stuff up.
Oh, yeah, I always love blowing things up.
It's not an appealing genre.
Yes.
Although I did have fun playing, and if we came over next week and said, "Hey, we're playing this," I'll play it. It was fun.
I would like to play one more game. Not tonight, but I would still like to play one more game, but play it as it is written. Like, I don't want to change any of the rules. I want it to be exact, just so that I can get more of a base foundation, what you think of, okay, we played it where it wasn't exactly the rule set, and we played it with the exact rule set. There's not much difference in what we did, I have to say. Like, it was very close. Like I said, we were a little loose on a couple of things, but again, it's a fun environment. It wasn't tournament and everything. But for the most part, when you do play games, it's always good to play as it is, like for the rules, to not change them. We all know this, but again, still new to tabletop. We're just going to change it. But we did house rule. We did say this, and we constantly keep saying it. So, viewers, what I would like you to do is comment down below. Not so much on the rules mistakes. You can certainly still do that, because by your comments, we learn how to play the game. And it helps us all when we're playing all different games. But more comment about what you thought about, like, the relaxed rules and the enjoyment level of this video. So kind of comment down below and give us a rating of 0 to 10 for enjoyability. That's probably the best way to word that. Because I have other videos for this game for Team Yankee month, which is in the month of March that we're still shooting. And you can watch them, and they are more accurate with the rules. They may be like a very few little bit of rules mistakes, but for the most part, we kind of stuck with the rules for all the videos. This is more just a relaxed play. So if you want to get the accurate rule set, you can always check out our other videos for Team Yankee, and you can also go to the Team Yankee website at team-yankee.com. They have the rules there. They have everything you need to know, even like painting patterns that you can paint it and everything.
You don't want to just paint however you think it should look. It should be authentic to the way it is supposed to look.
Yeah, like, I have to say, on their website, they even have like an army builder application so that you can build it to your points. You can customize a list and everything else. Like, they thought of everything. It's so streamlined.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, especially if it is on a point system, because you don't want certain units paired with other units that would never have taken place if you want to play as authentic as possible. Exactly,
and they take all the guesswork out of it onto the website, that you go there and you build the points depending on how many points it is, and then you play it, and you can get, like, especially for the Soviet side that Lance did, the tanks are a lot cheaper, so he gets a lot more tanks than as opposed to like the US for the M1 Abrams. That's right. So it's kind of more like a horde mentality for them.
I would spend all of my points on flamethrower guys and grenadiers, and that's it. Nothing with them.
The infantry in this game is killer, I have to say.
That's all I would get. I would spend all my money on them.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Again, comment down below, not on the rules mistakes, but I would still like to hear it regardless, but more about the enjoyability level. And if you ever tried to introduce somebody to Team Yankee, if you kind of change the rules a bit just to make it more relaxed so you don't overwhelm people playing for the first time with the rules, I'd like to hear your story, so please comment below and let us know. And also, most importantly of all, hit the subscribe button.
I'm curious to know too, if you've never played this and you watched this video, did it make you want to play it?
That's what the enjoyability level, yes, that's right.
Make you think I should go out, and purchase some of these so we can play it.
It's not an expensive game.
Like
yeah.
No, and compared to other tabletop games, I'm very,
yeah, and also
modestly priced.
Like the train itself, like we did an unboxing way back when, but like the train comes pre-painted, and you just got to stack them on top of each other, and you're done. And they even have the assembly guides online, and they have the painting guides for the tanks, the helicopters, you name it. And like I said, I put these tanks together. It was no time at all. Painting them was a breeze. It was so simple with the paint, and I did follow like painting guides and so forth. Anyhow, this ending remark is kind of going a little bit longer than what have to, but it was the best 2 to 3. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out our other Team Yankee videos that are on our website for the Team Yankee month of March. And please comment, subscribe, hit the like button. And also, if you want to support Board Game Maniacs, you can always go to patreon.com/BoardGameManiacs, and you can, you know, $2 a month or just a one-time thing of $2 help us. Every little bit helps. Helps keep the lights on, help us play different games such as this, keep food in all of our bellies, and just keep playing on. So thank you very much, and last thing of all, be a maniac. Oh, he said it!
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to keep up to date with Board Game Maniacs, click on the like and subscribe button to be notified when more videos come available. If you want to become an official sponsor of Board Game Maniacs, go to patreon.com/BoardGameManiacs. Or you can go to streamlabs.com/BoardGameManiacs1. That's right, and you can donate to help keep the lights on, keep food in our bellies, and play more games. We'll purchase more games, more equipment to make Board Game Maniacs evolve and get bigger and larger. Because of you, the viewers, I thank you from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head for all of your support. And until next time, Board Game Maniacs, be a maniac.